Here is my Security News Roundup for the week ending November 3rd, 2023. Canada bans WeChat and Kaspersky apps on government devices. Canada on Monday announced a ban on the use of apps from Tencent and Kaspersky on government mobile devices, citing an unacceptable level of risk to privacy and security. The Government of Canada is committed to keeping government information and networks secure, the Canadian government said. We regularly monitor potential threats and take immediate action to address risks. To that end, Tencent's WeChat and Kaspersky's suite of applications have been removed from government-issued mobile devices effective October 30th, 2023. Going forward, users of these devices will be blocked from downloading the apps. Read more at thehackernews.com. President Biden issues executive order to set standards for AI safety and security. U.S. President Joe Biden has issued an executive order that seeks to establish new standards for AI safety and security, including requirements for companies developing foundational AI models to notify the federal government and share results of all safety tests before they're deployed to the public. The Biden-Harris administration, for its part, has also been focusing on AI safety in lieu of anything legally binding, securing voluntary commitments from the major AI developers, including OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, Meta, and Amazon. This was always intended as a prelude to an executive order, though, which is what is being announced today. The order is lacking real teeth, as much as it seems to be centered around recommendations and guidelines. For instance, it says that it wants to ensure fairness in the criminal justice system by developing best practices on the use of AI in sentencing, parole and probation, pretrial release and detention, risk assessments, surveillance, crime forecasting, and predictive policing, and forensic analysis. Read more at TechCrunch.com. YHD leak exposes details of all torrent users. World in HD, a French private video torrent community, left an open instance exposing the emails and passwords of all of its users and administrators. YHD, a popular torrent tracker specializing in HD movies, inadvertently exposed tens of thousands of its users. The Cyber News research team has recently discovered YHD is a private tracker dedicated to distributing high-definition video content. Registered users can access French and English language TV series, movies, animation, and other content. Unlike public torrent trackers, private trackers are often invitation only and supposedly maintain high standards for uploaded content. User forums lament the tracker's exclusivity, with some selling invites to the website for over $100. Read more at cybernews.com. Researchers find 34 Windows drivers vulnerable to full device takeover. As many as 34 unique vulnerable Windows driver model and Windows driver frameworks drivers could be exploited by non-privileged threat actors to gain full control of the devices and execute arbitrary code on the underlying systems. By exploiting the drivers, an attacker without privilege may erase, alter firmware, and or elevate operating system privileges. Takahiro Haruyama, a senior threat researcher at VMware Carbon Black, said. Read more at thehackernews.com. Researchers expose prolific Puma's underground link shortening service. The threat actor known as Prolific Puma has been maintaining a low profile and operating an underground link shortening service that's offered to other threat actors for at least over the past 4 years. Prolific Puma creates domain names with an registered domain generation algorithm and uses these domains to provide a link shortening service to other malicious actors, helping them evade detection while they distribute phishing, scams, and malware. Infoblox said in a new analysis pieced together from Domain Name Systems Analytics. Read more at thehackernews.com. Say goodbye to clunky QR code scanning for messages for web and say hi to emoji. Instead of scanning a QR code, you'll authenticate by signing into the same Google account. Finally, it seems you'll approve the connection through an emoji picker. It looks like authentication will get easier, more intuitive, and maybe even a little more fun for everyone. According to an APK teardown conducted by 9 to 5 Google, Google is likely working on an account-based system for messages authentication. This means that everyone, not just Fi subscribers, can connect their account to the web by logging into the same Google account they use on their phones. Easy. Read more at androidauthority.com. FCC wants to raise the bar on minimum broadband speeds. The FCC is considering raising the national benchmark to 100 megabytes for download speeds and 20 megabytes for upload. This is a significant increase to the current standard of 25 megabits download and 3 megabits upload. This standard is not only outdated, it masks the extent to which low-income neighborhoods and rural communities are being left offline and left behind, Chairwoman Jessica Rosenworcel said in a statement. The last several years, particularly the pandemic stretch when most of us were stuck at home, showed how critical access to high-speed internet is to both our professional and personal lives. This move is the latest attempt by the FCC to close the digital divide and ensure that more people have access to broadband. Read more at cordcuttersnews.com. This week's must-see on my YouTube channel. 12 holiday scams to watch out for in 2023. 'Tis the season to use common sense and reason. Please watch my video on that topic by following the link listed. Did you know? If you have 3 quarters, 4 dimes, and 4 pennies, you have $1.19. You also have the largest amount of money in coins without being able to make change for $1. Flying from London to New York on Concorde, due to the time zones crossed, you can arrive 2 hours before you leave. You cannot shake hands with a clenched fist. Thanks to Indira Gandhi. Hatred paralyzes life, love releases it. Thanks to Martin Luther King, Jr. Just thought you might want to know. And that's a wrap for this week's Security News Roundup. Stay safe, stay secure, and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye, and thanks for watching and listening.